Greetings from EA Sports. I'm Brad Nessler, and alongside me are Lee Corso and Kirk Herbstreit. It's going to be cold out there today for the Clemson Tigers and the Boston College Eagles. It's been non-stop, hard-hitting football so far early in the season, and we hope to continue that as the season goes on. And here come the Eagles. Neither team seems to have an advantage in this game. Kirk, how about your prediction?
Boston College comes into this game needing some big plays on defense, and they have a player who can do that. His presence alone gives quarterbacks happy feet, and I think he'll help force a turnover or two and a close win.
I guess I should let you in on my pick then.
Clemson will be tough in this one.
We'll see how these two teams play in this game as they prepare for the opening kickoff. Kicks it off. Sanders fields it at the 1. Down there on the field at linebacker, we've got one special player. He's the heart and soul of this defense, and they're going to need him today more than ever as they go up against a very talented running back.
If there's anyone who can bring the wood to this running back, then it's got to be this linebacker.
That's right, he's a tough one. There should be some really good collisions in this game.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 22-yard line. Ryan, back to pass. He's going right. It falls incomplete. He had his wide out, but he couldn't hit him.
When he misses, it's usually high, and that's something he's been working very hard with his coach on.
3rd down and 10 coming up. Ball on the 22. Ryan with 3 wide receivers. Drops back to pass. Swings it out to his man on the screen. Sanders brings him down for a loss, and they fail to convert for the 1st down.
Well, the offense hates to see that. The defense, again, coach, stepping up.
The defense is important. It wins football games for you.
They line up to punt this one away. Irvin gets it off. Bell fields it to 42. And we got an injured player on the field. They'll go to work at the 44. Bailey comes to the line with 3 wide. Green gets a call. Throws this one out to the right. Sherman drops the ball.
You got to be careful when you're calling a trick play like this, because it's usually a huge gain or a turnover. They were lucky it was only incomplete.
It's 2nd down and 10 to go. Ball on the 44. The Tigers come out showing 3 wide. And the snap goes to the back. Morris brings him down. That'll be a pickup of a yard.
1-yard gain on the play.
3rd and 9. Ball on their own 45. They line up with trips to the right. Steps up in the pocket. Throws this one out to the left. And it's incomplete. So the defense gets him to go 3 and out.
Good job here defensively forcing this incomplete pass.
And they're ready to punt this one away. He gets it off. Sanders takes it to 14, and they fall on the loose ball. get the ball here at the 14-yard line.
At the 14-yard line. First and 10.
High formation here. Hand off to the right. Down. Lays it on him. That's a gain of 8.
On the carry. Gain of 8 on the play.
Second and 2. Ball on their own 22.
22-yard line.
The Eagles come out in a 2 tight end set. Up the middle. Brought down. No gain.
6 on the run. No gain on the play.
Third and 2 coming up here. Ball on the 22.
22-yard line.
They line up in an I. Ryan hands it off. Down. Brings him down. So he got enough for the first down there.
Yep, nice call to run the ball there on third down. I like it.
First and 10. Ball on the 26. High formation here. They'll throw on first down. He steps up across the middle. Got it. And he's taken down.
Nice decision by the quarterback.
Not only was it good decision-making, but the offensive line protected just long enough for him to find his target.
And when you combine the two, it'll be a first down 9 out of 10 times.
It's first and 10, and this is the 5th play of the current drive. Boston College lines up in a shotgun set. He's gobbled up in the backfield. Looks to have been shaken up a bit on that play.
Well, it doesn't look like it's too serious, guys, but you never know. Sometimes those small injuries turn into season-ending ones.
Look at how dominant they've been on defense.
Well, I'll tell you, as an offense, you've been pretty successful if you can even sniff the end zone against these guys.
Whoa, they're one of the best in the country. Just look at those numbers.
2 tight end set. Montoya will try the left side, and he's stopped behind the line. Well, folks, we just saw what can happen if you don't pick up all your blocks.
Man, that was an ugly nightmare from the beginning.
The defense will try to stop this third down as they were unsuccessful the first time on this drive. They'll work from the shotgun. Ryan steps back to pass. He's looking. Throws this one out to the left. Incomplete.
Not a pretty pass right there.
No, it wasn't, Kirk. That was not a good pass at all. But hey, in his defense, he had to get it off to avoid the sack.
They line up to punt this one away. Irvin gets it off. Makes a move. Well, before the offense hits the field, let's take the time to let you know that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. They'll take over at the 36-yard line.
First and 10.
Bailey is back in the gun. He drops back, steps up, looks. He goes downtown. And it's the senior.
That was a big-time play and a new set of downs.
I think the defense might have been thinking run there, Coach.
Well, I don't blame him. It's pretty common to see a run on first and second down, but this offense is keeping them guessing.
First and 10. Ball on the 30.
Ball on the 30-yard line.
Clemson comes to the line, only one man in the backfield. They'll throw on first down. Looks like he's going to run. This tackle laid the lumber to him.
9-yard gain on the play.
It's second down and 1 to go. Ball on the 21-yard line. Nickel defense. There's the play fake. He rolls out to the left. He's going left. And it falls incomplete.
Number 89, the intended receiver on the play.
3rd and 1. Ball on the 21. Clemson lines up with 3 receivers. he is drilled.
Oh, man. He'll feel that one in the morning.
That's called making a statement. When you get into the backfield like that and put somebody on their back, it really sends a message.
Here comes the kicker. He'll try to put his team up by a field goal. He gets it up, and it hits the upright. No good. They'll start this drive at the 24-yard line. One-man backfield. Ryan goes with a play fake. Across the middle. Has it to the senior.
Way to look it in. Nice catch.
Sure was. He displayed some great hands there. Now we're looking at a first down.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 43. Ryan comes to the line with 3 wide. Ryan with the play fake. He's going to go for the home run. And he got it to the 10. Touchdown, BC. Terrific pass, and the wideout hauls it in for the touchdown.
Brad, the wide receiver's route was the key on that play.
You're right, Kirk. His route running really has improved, and the quarterback has been throwing his weight a lot.
And he tacks on the extra point. And here's the Pontiac drive summary. Boston College is ready to kick it away.
Sherman back deep to return.
Here's the kick. Bell fields it at the 3. Their kicker missed the field goal attempt the last time this offense had it. Let's see what happens this time around.
Yeah, and that poor kicker has to wait on the sideline and hopes he gets a chance to redeem himself after that last miss.
Bailey is back in the gun. Play action. Looking. He's looking for his man. The senior makes the catch. Creates some room.
I like the defense that was called. They just didn't make the play on the ball.
You're right. It wasn't necessarily bad defense. The offense just executed, and the result is a first down.
First and 10. Ball on the 41-yard line. Bailey comes to the line with 3 wide. Over the middle. Got it to the senior. Tackle.
Nice decision by the quarterback.
Not only was it good decision-making, but the offensive line protected just long enough for him to find his target.
And when you combine the two, it'll be a first down 9 out of 10 times.
The Tigers line up with 4 wideouts. He's looking, throws back across field, and they couldn't hook up on that one. The tailback dropped that ball.
Yeah, his technique was all off. He's got to do a better job next time.
It's 2nd down and 10 to go. Ball on the 46-yard line. 3 wideouts here. Back to pass. He rolls left, looks, swings it out to his man on the screen. Washington with a takedown. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
On the play.
Third down and 10 coming up. Ball on the 46. from the gun. Bailey drops back, steps up in the pocket, looking, going deep. Green hauls it in for the touchdown. The halfback got his number called on the pass play and came through with a score.
This is what separates good backs from great ones. You have to have the ability to contribute to the passing game.
And he hits the PAT. With just over a minute to go in the first quarter, the score is Clemson 7, Boston College 7. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. Kicks it deep. Sanders fields it in the end zone. Thanks to some nice passing on the last drive, the offense was able to take it down the field for 6.
And great play calling to help make that an easy drive. The question is, can they do it again?
First and 10.
High formation here. He lobs it right side. Complete. And they hit him in the backfield. Taken back a yard.
1 yard loss on the play.
Second and 11. Ball on their own 20.
20-yard line.
The Eagles come out in the ace formation. Here's the give. Brought down. About 6 yards on the play.
On the carry. Gain of 6 on the play.
It's third down and 5 to go. Ball on their own 26. Boston College comes to the line with 3 wide. Montoya gets the call again.
1, 2, 3. Kirk, midnight, the outlet.
Oh, what a hit. At the end of the year, you're going to look back at this and remember this is one of the hits of the year. That guy can really bring it.
And that's the end of the first quarter, and we've got a tie ball game. Boston College ready to punt this one away. Irvin gets it off. Bell calls for the fair catch. And they make the fair catch at the 34-yard line. The offense ready for the first play of this drive. They moved the ball extremely well on their last possession on their way to the end zone. They'll go to work at the 34.
34-yard line. First and 10.
Bailey is back in the gun, drops back to pass. Wants to throw outside. They just took what the defense gave them on that play.
Yeah, you're right. That was a good job of getting that pass completed for positive yardage.
It's second down and 6 to go. Ball on the 38-yard line. Bailey comes to the line with 3 wide. He drops back, throws short, and it's caught. And they make the stop. Short pass there, and they get a moderate gain.
There's nothing wrong with nickel and diming them down the field.
Third and 1 coming up on this play. Ball on their own 43. Bailey with 3 wide receivers. On the ground with the tailback. And they got him for a loss. The defense punches them off the field after just 3 plays.
That was a short round, Brad. Nothing seems to be working right now.
Ball on the 39-yard line.
Clemson lining up to punt. Wilson gets it off.
Back deep to return.
Sanders takes it to the 20. So before the offense hits the field, let's take the time to let you know that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. They'll set up shop at the 25-yard line.
At the 25-yard line. First and 10.
Ryan comes to the line with 3 wide. Moore lays it on him.
Woo-hoo-hoo. He just went right through him.
Man, who was supposed to block that guy?
I don't think it matters, Kirk. He's playing with reckless abandon out there. It's got to be hard to block a guy that hits like that.
Second down and 12. Ball on the 23-yard line. Boston College lines up in a double tight set. He might have a chance. Hollis brings him down. That was a pretty good run.
Incredible effort there running the football by this guy.
It's first and 10. Ball on their own 37. The Eagles come out showing 3 wide. Sanders with a takedown. The fullback rumbles ahead for about a yard.
On the play.
Second and 9. Ball on the 38.
On the 38-yard line.
Boston College sets up in the eye. They'll bring him down. That's a gain of 8.
The ball carrier, gain of 8 on the play.
Third and 1 coming up on this play. This is the 5th play of this drive. Boston College comes out with an I formation. A little juke. Tackle. And that'll be good enough to move the sticks.
Great run. And now we've got a new set of downs.
It's first and 10. Ball right around midfield. And this impact linebacker is fired up down there. He has some room. And now the ball is loose. A nice recovery there by the cornerback.
He's used to going after interceptions, but a turnover is a turnover, and he'll take it any way he can get it.
I couldn't agree with you more, Coach.
Thanks, Kirk. That's what I like to hear.
Anytime, partner.
First and 10. Ball on the 47-yard line.
First and 10.
The Tigers set up in the gun. And he's stopped behind the line.
Excellent job by the defense to read the draw play.
Yep, the quarterback thought he could spread them out and find a hole for himself to run through, but they were having none of that.
Second and long coming up here. Ball on the 41. Clemson lines up in a shotgun set. Bailey back to throw. He's going right. Got him on the run.
Move those sticks. That's a first down.
And a great catch, too. Did you see how he looked that one in?
Well, there's no doubt about it. He can catch the football.
It's first and 10. Ball on the 34-yard line. Clemson comes out in the shotgun. He's looking. Throws it to the outside. Finds his receiver.
Way to look it in. Nice catch.
Sure was. He displayed some great hands there. Now we're looking at a first down.
First and 10. Ball on the 23. Bailey with 3 wide receivers. Green gets the call. The halfback picks up a yard.
1 yard gain on the play.
2nd and 9 coming up here. Ball on the 22-yard line. Bailey has 5 receivers lined up here. Back to pass. He steps up, looks, over the middle. It's tipped.
Dangerous, dangerous throw there.
Give credit to the defense. They did a good job out there. This quarterback thought his man would be open, and boy, he was wrong.
3rd and 9, and this is the 6th play of the drive. Bailey with 3 wide receivers, looking. He keeps it. He has some room, and down he goes. How about that conversion?
Let me tell you something. That defense got to be a little discouraged after that play.
No question. You can see the guys are hanging their heads a little bit, going back to the huddle after giving up a big play to the quarterback.
The Tigers come out in a shotgun. He's looking, throws back across field, and it's incomplete. What a blow to knock it out of there before he got possession.
Good night. That halfback is going to want to take a breather after that collision.
Clemson lines up with 3 receivers. Looks. End zone. Touchdown, Clemson. That pass found the wide receiver for 6.
And I think the quarterback has found a soft spot in this defense.
And he tacks on the extra point. Here's the drive summary brought to you by Pontiac. Horn ready to kick. We should have a return on this one. Sanders fields it in the end zone. The last time they had the ball, they gave it away on the fumble.
The old ball coach was not too happy about that either. I'd hate to see that if it happens again.
They'll get the ball here at the 22.
1st and 10.
Boston College lines up in a shotgun set. Ryan to the air on 1st down. Wide open is his tight end. 2-yard pickup.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Second and 8 coming up here. Ball on the 24.
4-yard line.
Boston College lines up with 3 receivers. They'll bring him down, but hold on, we got a penalty on the play. Let's check it out.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Still second down.
Beep, beep.
Scooter, what are you doing?
Kirk, my friend, that's the sound of the offense going in reverse.
2nd and long. Ball on the 14.
14-yard line.
The defense lines up with 6 DBs. Drops back to pass. Throws this one out to the left. Complete on the run. Out of bounds. A little laundry on the field, and we'll find out whose it is.
On the offense. Half the distance from the spot of the foul. Still second down.
Two minutes to go in the half.
Ball on the 7-yard line.
Ryan lines up in the shotgun. Short toss. Incomplete pass. He had his wide out, but he couldn't hit him.
When he misses, it's usually high, and that's something he's been working very hard with his coach on.
Here's a 3rd and long situation. Ball on the 7. Boston College comes out with an I formation. They run a counter. Little shake and bake move. There's a fumble. Porter brings him down. Clemson takes a timeout. The Eagles are lining up to punt it away. Irvin gets it off.
Bell back to return.
Bell takes it at the 45. Thanks to some nice passing on the last drive, the offense was able to take it down the field for 6.
And great play calling to help make that an easy drive. The question is, can they do it again?
They'll take over at the 42-yard line.
42-yard line.
Bailey has 5 receivers lined up here. Bailey drops to throw. What a play by the freshman linebacker.
There's really nothing he could have done against a rush like that.
He couldn't have done much, but I tell you one thing he could have done. He could have thrown the ball away, Kirk. You know that. He could have thrown that ball away.
It's 2nd down and 12 to go. Ball on the 44-yard line. Bailey with 3 wide receivers. McKenzie comes away with a sack. Now that's some heavy pressure.
It all starts with the battle up front. I don't care how good your receivers are or how explosive your running backs are. If you can't control the line of scrimmage, then it's tough to move the football.
I agree, Coach. And the thing is, this quarterback can make some plays for you if you give him enough time back there to throw.
Well, it looks like he's going to have to figure out how to make plays without time.
Throws this one out to the right. Got some open field. Touchdown, Clemson. And for the 3rd time in this first half, they've managed to find the end zone through the air.
When this quarterback gets in rhythm, watch out. This could be ugly.
And he hits the PAT. The fine folks at Pontiac bringing us this summary of how that drive took place. Looks like they're ready for the kick. Kicks it off. Sanders fields it at the 2. And now a slight break in the action as the offense comes out onto the field for their next possession. They'll go to work at the 24-yard line.
1st and 10.
Boston College comes out with 2 tight ends. Montoya on a pitch, and he's hit hard. The D lineman wasn't letting anyone by him that time.
And the big fella did a heck of a job plugging up the hole where that play was supposed to go.
That guy's so big, Kirk, he doesn't plug up holes. He plugs up the whole line down there. Yo.
Boston College comes out with an I formation. Inside give, and they hit him in the backfield. Clemson calls a timeout. Third and 15 coming up. Ball on their own 19. Boston College Sets up in the eye. Montoya gets another carry. He jukes, and he's taken down. Clemson takes a timeout. The Eagles line up to punt. Didn't get all of that one.
Back to punt. Number 2.
And it's out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Folks, let's pause now as we've reached the end of the first half. Our score at halftime: Clemson 21, Boston College 7. Second half just about set to get underway as the teams line up for the kick. Here's the kick.
Back to return.
Sherman fields it at the 3. Tries to juke. Time once again for this offense to come back out and start another drive. They'll set up shop at the 22.
At the 22-yard line. First and 10.
High formation here. With the give, Juku, they'll wrestle him down in the backfield. The halfback couldn't get any running room.
And that was because the defense had called a blitz just at the right time. He went right through the offensive line and nailed him for a loss.
2nd and 11. Ball on their own 21. Bailey lines up in the shotgun. Play action. Short toss. Complete. Knocked out of bounds. It'll go down as a completion, but they won't get much for it.
Yeah, just a wasted play right there.
It's 3rd down and 8 to go. Ball on the 24-yard line. Bailey lines up with 5 wide out. Back to pass. Steps up. Looking. Rolls to the right. Wants to throw outside. And he's brought down. And they convert the 3rd down with a long pass play.
You're right, Brad, and that was a long pass play. As a coach, you got to appreciate it when your players come out and perform like these kids are doing right now.
First and 10. Ball right around midfield. They line up in the shotgun. Rogers with a takedown. The quarterback gets a couple on the draw play.
2 on the play.
Second and 8 coming up here. This is the 5th play of this drive. The Tigers come out in the ace formation. Throws this one out to the left. Batted ball.
That's just good defense right there, Coach.
It was, Kurt, but you know what? It's all reaction. Anytime you're out there on defense and the pass is within arm's length away, you knock it down.
The defense will try to stop this 3rd down as they were unsuccessful the first time on this drive. Clemson in a 5-wide set. He drops back. He's looking. Pressure coming. And he's hit hard. The quarterback had nowhere to go, and he's brought down for the sack.
They've got to do a better job up front with their pass protection.
If they don't start picking up everybody, then this quarterback's going to be pretty sore in the morning. That's for sure.
Clemson lining up the punt. Wilson boots it way up there. Robinson signals for a fair catch. He hauls it in at the 15-yard line. And now a slight break in the action as the offense comes out onto the field for their next possession. They'll start this drive at the 15. They come out with 3 wide receivers. Ryan pitches out to the right. And now he's going to throw it. Miles with a monster hit. Second down, 14 coming up here. Ball on the 11. The Eagles come out in a two tight end set. Ryan tosses to the left side, and they got him for a loss. They were trying to stretch it to the sidelines, but the defense was just too quick.
Those guys were in the backfield so fast, I thought they were going to pick it off.
Third and long. Ball on their own 7. Ace backfield. Drops back to pass. He's under pressure, and he's going to be sacked. They get to the quarterback and end that play before it even got started.
This young man didn't even have a chance to make something happen. It's tough to find your receivers when the defense is in your face like that.
Not a good spot to have to punt from either. They get this one off, and it's a beauty. Bell takes it at the 47. And now we'll see the offense come out onto the field for their next possession. And they'll look to capitalize on the good field position here. Bailey is back in the gun. Back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Lets it fly. And it's caught. To the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
No gain on the play.
Second and 10. Ball on the 41.
41-yard line.
Clemson comes to the line with 3 wide. Looks. Throws off his back foot. And that one's fallen incomplete.
He just had too much on that one, Coach.
The quarterback put everything he had into that one. The problem, it wasn't accurate.
It's third down and 10. Ball on the 41-yard line. Bailey lines up in the shotgun. Bailey back to pass. Looking. Across the middle. Found his man. He can't get him, and he's still going.
They made the third down conversion look too easy.
They were just looking for the first and ended up getting a huge chunk of yardage. It's not bad.
Have a look at our Old Spice red zone numbers. Red zone, when performance matters the most. Their last red zone trip resulted in a touchdown. I don't expect this one to be any different. That run was really something, Coach.
Well, this kid is a tremendous halfback. Just hand off the ball and watch him work his magic.
And he tacks on the extra point. Time to take a look at the drive summary. It's brought to you by Pontiac. Fuel for the soul. Looks like they're ready for the kick. He boots it deep downfield. Sanders fields it in the end zone.
You guys remember what this offense did the last time they had the ball? They had the ball before? Exactly. It was 3 and out so fast they had to ask for slow-mo replay to recap it.
So far, the MVP after 2 quarters of play has got to be this linebacker. He's been all over the field, and he's a big reason why they're winning right now.
What I like about him is that he plays downhill. He gets to the play before the play gets to him.
And that's the sign of a true linebacker right there, having great instincts.
Second down and 12. Ball on the 16-yard line. I formation here. On the ground with the tailback. Hall with a takedown. They got a little bit there, but less than a yard.
Gain on the play.
It's third down and 11 to go. Ball on the 17-yard line. They'll bring in their dime package. He drops back. He steps up. He's looking. And they bring him down for a sack on the play. Under relentless pressure, the quarterback goes down for the sack.
Those guys on defense are just pinning their ears back right now, coming in as fast as they can.
Well, in that case, the offense needs to sneak in a screen pass to the halfback. Let him get behind the rush and then take off behind his blockers for 6.
4th and long. Ball on the 11-yard line.
The Eagles are lining up to punt it away.
Bell back deep to return.
Irvin punts it, and it's a good one. Bell fields it at the 44. He jukes him. They're ready to start another drive, hoping to duplicate the results of the last one, which ended in a touchdown. They're on the right side of the 50 as they start this drive.
1st and 10.
The Tigers go with the I formation. And he's stopped behind the line. Boy, he is one big guy down there on that defensive line.
Oh, man, the big fella's a hoss. I saw him last night at the hotel, and he had 3 bags of food going up to his room.
Yo, it looks like he's got a big old bag hanging over his belt right now.
The Tigers come out in a shotgun. Drops back to pass. Looks. Throws it to the outside. And they push him out. He couldn't make the catch inbound.
You can't fault the receiver. He did all he could to make the catch. The pass was just too far out of play.
Third down and 12 to go. Ball on the 49.
9-yard line.
The Tigers set up in the gun. Bailey set to go to the air. Steps up. Carpenter comes away with a sack. There's sack number 4.
Boy, I really like the way this defense is pressuring the quarterback. Not much you can do out there.
Well, he's being forced to make really quick decisions because he doesn't have any time to throw the ball. That's going to lead to turnover.
The Tigers line up to punt.
Sanders
Hangs it up high. Sanders takes it at the 23. And now we'll see the offense come out of the field for their next possession. They'll get the ball here at the 23-yard line.
start the drive at the 23-yard line. 1st and 10.
Ryan hands it off. And he's taken down. A nice pickup of about 8 yards.
Gain of 8 on the play.
Second and 2 coming up here. Ball on the 31-yard line. Boston College sets up in the I. Setting up the play action. Short toss. And it falls incomplete. With that pressure, he just couldn't do much with it.
His chance of accuracy on that throw was practically 0. Good job by the defense.
It's third down and 2 to go. Ball on the 31. Boston College comes to the line, only one man in the backfield. And he's going to be sacked for a loss. Now that's some heavy pressure.
It all starts with the battle up front. I don't care how good your receivers are or how explosive your running backs are. If you can't control the line of scrimmage, then it's tough to move the football.
I agree, Coach. And the thing is, this quarterback can make some plays for you if you give him enough time back there to throw.
Well, it looks like he's going to have to figure out how to make plays without time.
He gets it away. Bell fields it at the 34. Not a whole lot of success their last time out.
Not at all. This offense has to do a better job of staying on the field and giving their defense a chance to catch their breath.
They'll take over at the 36.
Ball on the 36-yard line.
The Tigers line up with 3 wide. He drops back. Carpenter comes away with a sack. The quarterback had nowhere to go, and he's brought down for the sack.
They've got to do a better job up front with their pass protection.
If they don't start picking up everybody, then this quarterback's going to be pretty sore in the morning. That's for sure.
Second and 15. Ball on the 31.
31-yard line.
The Tigers set up in the gun. Back to pass. Over the middle. Complete. Way to look it in. They get 5 yards on the play.
5-yard gain on the play.
Third down and 10 coming up. Ball on their own 36.
36-yard line.
Bailey lines up with 5 wide out. Bailey drops back to pass. Looking. Somehow gets the ball away. It's broken up.
Nice play by the linebacker to get his hand in there.
And a good call by the coordinator to put his guys in position to make the play.
Fourth and 10. Ball on the 36-yard line.
It's fourth down, and the punt team lines up. Wilson punts it, and it's a good one. Sanders takes it at the 16. And now we'll see the offense come out onto the field for their next possession. They'll go to work at the 21.
On the 21-yard line.
The Eagles line up in an I formation. And he's drilled. How about that stop?
Here the linebacker uses his speed to come up with a huge stop behind the line of scrimmage.
Second and 12 coming up here. Ball on their own 19. The Eagles line up with 3 wide. Ryan, little toss to the right. Halfback pass. Ortiz brings him down.
Ryan makes the catch. No gain on the play.
Third down and 12. Ball on the 19-yard line. Boston College lines up in a double tight set. He's hit, got away, and they got him. They get to the quarterback and end that play before it even got started.
This young man didn't even have a chance to make something happen. It's tough to find your receivers when the defense is in your face like that.
Fourth and 14. Ball on the 17-yard line.
They line up to punt this one away.
Bell back deep to return.
Irvin punts it, and it's a good one. Bell fields it at the 38. And now a slight break in the action as the offense comes out onto the field for their next possession. They'll start this drive at the 44. Bailey comes to the line with 3 wide. Down the middle. His receiver has it.
I like the defense that was called. They just didn't make the play on the ball.
You're right. It wasn't necessarily bad defense. The offense just executed, and the result is a first down.
First and 10. Ball on the 40-yard line. Clemson comes to the line with 3 wide. Bailey back to throw. He's looking. They'll make the sack. That was the 6th sack of the ball game for this defense.
Let me say one thing. This defense is good. I mean, real good.
They sure are, Coach. They're blitzing, they're stunning, they're confusing this quarterback to death.
The Tigers set up in the gun. Bailey steps back to pass. The freshman makes the catch. Owens with a takedown. And with that last completion, he now has 300 yards through the air.
Well, this quarterback has had a solid game. He's done what's been asked of him and then some.
Third down and 4 coming up on this one. Ball on the 34-yard line. The Tigers line up with 3 wide. Drops back to pass. Carpenter comes away with a sack. Under relentless pressure, the quarterback goes down for the sack.
Those guys on defense are just pinning their ears back right now and coming in as fast as they can.
Well, in that case, the offense needs to sneak in a screen pass at a halfback. Let him get behind the rush and then take off behind his blockers for 6.
4th and 10. Ball on the 40-yard line.
They line up to punt this one away. Wilson punts it, and it's a good one. Robinson calls for the fair catch. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. So before the offense hits the field, let's take the time to let you know that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. They'll get the ball here at the 20. Ryan with 3 wide receivers. There's a missed tackle. No one open, so he's going to run. He must not have seen anybody open on that play.
Nobody open downfield, but he's got to be careful. I like his toughness, but those kind of hits are going to take a toll on him eventually.
Sometimes it's as simple as it sounds. Good defensive call there.
Ryan drops to throw. Looks, he's in trouble, and he's going to be sacked. That gives this defense 5 sacks on the day. It's third down and 9 to go. Ball on the 21-yard line. Boston College lines up in a shotgun set. Looking, wants to throw outside, and he's hit hard. He made the catch, and they're still going to be short.
Hey, if you would have gotten some yards on 1st and 2nd down, you wouldn't have needed so many on 3rd down.
Controlling the line of scrimmage is crucial here. Montoya on the give, and down he goes. So they couldn't stop him on 4th down.
Yeah, and I bet that defensive coordinator down there is pulling his hair out after giving up that run.
The Eagles come out in the ace formation. He breaks free. Hollis brings him down, and that looked like the same exact play they just ran.
I think it was the exact same play, and that was a great pickup, too.
The Tigers bring in their dime package. Makes a move. They'll drop him for a loss. A loss on that one as he couldn't get past those big linemen.
You got that right. They sacrificed their bodies in there and stuffed him.
So it's 2nd and 10. And this is the 7th play of the current drive. The Eagles go with the I formation. Ryan drops back. He might not be able to get the pass off. And it looks like there's an injury down there on the field. It's third down and 15 to go. Ball on the 41. Boston College comes to the line, only 1 man in the backfield. Got it. Hoyt with a takedown. Wow, a long game, but still not enough for the first.
Well, the offense hurt themselves by digging themselves into a hole on 1st and 2nd down, so the defense didn't really have to put too much thought in how to defend on that 3rd down.
Another 4th down facing this offense, but they did convert earlier this drive. They gotta go for it here. Up the middle, brought down. The defense keeps them in it. They convert once again on 4th down.
Give credit to this offense. They are determined to march this football down the field. They just need to avoid taking 4 downs all the time to get a first. Good job there by the defense to get a hand on it.
It was, Kirk, but when you're going out for a pass and the ball is in the air, you need to go after it and come down with it. You just can't watch the defender bat it down.
Boston College sets up in the eye. Here they come, and he's hit hard. Somebody came free there.
Yeah, the linebacker shot through and nobody picked him up.
He was all over it, Kirk. He wasn't letting the quarterback get anywhere.
Here's a 3rd and long situation. Ball right around midfield. Boston College comes to the line with 3 wide. He's looking. He's drilled as he throws. Got him again. They'll bring him down. Boston College calls a timeout. First and 10. Ball on the 25-yard line. The Eagles come out in a shotgun. Johnson back to pass. And they try to set up a screen. Broke away from one. And now he's got room to run. Boston College takes a timeout. It's first and 10. And this is the 14th play of the drive. Johnson with 4 wide receivers. Johnson to the air on first down. Open man, and it's his wide receiver. So they execute and move a little closer to the sticks.
Yeah, completing those short passes is the key because it lulls the defense to sleep a little bit. Then you can launch one big one downfield for a big gain.
On the 11 going in.
Ball on the 11-yard line.
2 tight ends here. He drops back. Looks. Wants to throw outside. And they couldn't hook up on that one. The pass was right there. Just couldn't be controlled.
This tight end some more passes in practice. He needs all the help he can get.
He 11 yards out. The Eagles line up with 2 tight ends. Johnson still has it. Wants to throw outside. And it's caught. Wonderful play call to convert on 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, he really wanted that first down. Good determination again.
The Eagles come out in the ace formation. Johnson goes with a play fake to the end zone. They tried to fool him by running the same play again.
Fools no one there, Brad.
Two tight end set. They go with a pitch to the right. He's going right. And this will be caught. Touchdown. And for that young man, it's touchdown catch number 2.
Hey, this guy's really stepped up for his football team today.
Well, it's obvious the coach wanted to get him involved in the game plan. It looks like it was a pretty smart move, too.
And he hits the PAT. So we're down to just a few seconds remaining here in the ball game. And our score, Clemson 28, Boston College 14. Boston College lined up in an onside kick formation.
Bell back deep to return.
Here goes nothing. Lee, wouldn't you go for an onside kick in this situation?
No doubt about it. You go for the onside, get the ball back, and try to score again.
You're right. This is a no-brainer. Give your team the opportunity to score.
First and 10. Ball on the 47-yard line. The Eagles come out showing 3 wide. Johnson on first down. Looking, rolling out to the left side. Over the middle. And he's tackled.
Now that was a good-looking play. The quarterback put it where his receiver could get it, and now they have a first down.
What I like is the faith that this quarterback has in his receiver. He's not afraid to throw it downfield.
And they'll go with a no huddle. Single set backfield. Montoya gets the carry. Moore brings him down. Boston College calls a timeout. It's 2nd down and 9 to go. Ball on the 27-yard line. The Eagle set up in the gun. Back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Fumbles the ball. Down with a recovery. This kid's been in the backfield all day long. Is he close to a record?
Oh, yeah, Brad. He's going to tie the school record for sacks if he can take the quarterback down one more time.
His ability to disrupt this offense and cause problems in the passing game has been absolutely tremendous. What a day for this kid.
And that's the end of the ball game. Coach, what's your final thought on the game?
Well, it was a pretty good game by both teams, but I was really impressed the way this game was won. Clemson came out here very focused, and they took care of business. Nice win for this football team.
Folks, it's been a lot of fun, and I hope you can join us again next time. Our final score in this one, Clemson 28, Boston College 14. This is Brad Nessler for Lee Corso and Kirk Herbstreit saying so long.